deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé. Let's watch. I'm going to react.
We have Russian tradition before we go important day.
We call this like присядем на дорожку. This means sit before you go.
We just need sit for a little time and like quiet. Just sitting for maybe 5 seconds, like doesn't matter how many.
I like that practice. I like that. I think I want to try that. Before you go, sit before you go. It's meditation oriented, I suppose. Take a deep breath, reorient yourself, get centered. I like it.
Like 10 seconds, but we need sit, quiet, and thinking about like, we fine, we okay, and go.
And Brandon isn't really taking to it. He's kind of rolling his eyes at it, which I wonder why he would do that. Because it wouldn't be hard to go along with it. Be like, okay, let's sit and, participate in that. She wants me to, or at least I'll act like I'm doing it. Why wouldn't he do it? Why would he be annoyed with this? Are they having some tension in their relationship? Does he not respect her culture? Does he just not like to sit quietly and think? Some people actually have a lot of really justifiable reasons to not sit quietly and think, because when they do, a lot of traumas will come up for them when they do that. So maybe that's what's going on. Who knows?
Don't start yelling.
If bad situation, what happened?
I don't know. I guess maybe you gotta go home.
And I go home and we try to do something again, or
We'd have to refile
you
everything.
come back normal life?
I don't...
So I haven't been showing all the clips. Stopped on a funny frame of Julia's face. Julia, if you don't know, Julia is going in for some sort of immigration or green card or citizenship interview with the government right now. And they have to prove that what their story is accurate. That she, because people will falsely get married as a way of giving citizenship to someone. And they have to prove that they're legitimately married. At least that's what it seems like. To me, it's like, why not just watch the TV show from last season? But, I don't know if the season's out yet. I'm sure the government doesn't use reality television as evidence, but who knows? And in this moment, she is nervous and she is really scared. She's wondering, oh no, what happens if the government decides to kick me out of the country? What happens? And she's asking Brandon, what's going to happen? Now, Brandon is thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know how to, but we have to understand what the emotional message here, and this is probably a tip for everyone. I'm guessing y'all know this, but just to remind y'all that when someone is, distressed or they're having an emotion of some kind, they typically will not ask in a very straightforward way. I think what Julia in this moment is asking is, if they kick me out of the country, will you sacrifice part of your life to be with me and to help me? Are you on my side? And I think if he were to really take note of that, he could say to her in this moment, honey, if they kick you out of this country, I'm going to do everything in my power to fix the situation, including maybe going with you. I don't know, but I love you a lot and we're in this together. And no matter what happens here, I'm going to be with you and we're going to go through this together. I'm guessing if he said something like that, that would soothe her. But the way Brandon is interpreting it is the literal question that she's asking, and he's not picking up on the 99% of other signals of the emotional experience that she's going through. And she's saying, if they kick me out of the country, what are you going to do? And he's like, I don't know, because he doesn't. He can't predict the future. He doesn't know what the options are going to be. So let's see if he can figure out what she's really asking.
File everything over again, I guess. I don't know if that means you get to stay here while we file that. You probably, if you didn't get to stay here, you'd have to go back to your country and we'd file the process from there. And God knows how long of a wait, because last I checked to get a...
So he's answering literally, and maybe it's soothing to her. Maybe it's not. Let's find out.
Okay, so she did not, approve for the green card.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, not one day.
Okay, I don't understand how immigration or green cards or citizenship works. I have no idea. But if I understand the situation right, like what is wrong with our government or any government that they can't approve of this situation? They love each other. They got married. It was all legit. Everything's going fine. She's not a drain on society. She's not some mastermind criminal. Why can't she be allowed to stay in the United States? It's ridiculous. Why would this happen?
Even the officer doesn't know like what it is yet, what exactly the details are. She said what's going to happen is either in 2 weeks we'll get a letter and it'll say you're approved, or they'll just request for more information. And then I guess we'll have to submit that evidence, that information. But
If she didn't know, how we know?
yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like they were rejected. It sounds like the officer was saying, well, there might be another form. We'll find out. So maybe it's not as harsh as I was painting it. But at the same time, this must be incredibly anxiety-provoking and scary and disruptive. It seems like it should be easier than this, but what do I know?
For the new regulations, I guess we'll get it.
You guess, you only guess, Brandon. This is like not nice because we don't know exactly, we don't know what happened right now. And this is make me angry and scared because I think in today we almost done and I have my green card. Okay, I have approved for green card, but now we don't know.
So in this moment, they are speaking about different elements of, they're both right, that for him, he is saying, look, it looks like we're good, I think, and well, let's be optimistic about it. So there's nothing wrong with that. Certainly sounds reasonable. And for Julia, she's coming from a different place, I think, because more of her life is at stake in this moment. And she's like, look, these maybes aren't very comforting to me, and I'm really freaking out here. Okay, so in this moment, it'd be important for Brandon to take care of Julia. Julia is the one who is having more emotional turmoil in this moment. And so Brandon could put aside his point of view and say, honey, yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I'm just as scared. And I really hope, and I'm optimistic, but yeah, we don't know, and I'm with you on this. So let's see what Brandon says.
We're kind of just on hold, but I feel like we're this close. This close.
Maybe we this close before I go Russia.
Right. So I'm guessing that they've fought about this a lot, that this isn't the first time and only time that they've fought about this difference in the perspective. He's the optimist. He's like, everything will be fine, which is fine to have that attitude if he wants to. Now, maybe he needs to be optimistic because he's terrified on the inside. I don't know. So if that were the case, then Julia could do well to take care of him in that moment as well. She could say something, honey, maybe I know that you're freaking out too, and I know that you feel like you need to be optimistic, and I'm with you. It's possible that it's just around the corner, but I have a lot of feelings about this, and I'd like you to acknowledge that my feelings are okay, or that you're with me, or that you understand. I think it's possible that Julia is trying to signal to him that, look, if this doesn't work out, I need to know that you're really in my corner, which I don't think she really is reassured about that. All right, well, that does it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.